ViJChemClass.com.
Okay students, now we are going to study the very important topic of the adsorption, that is graph. Okay, we are going to discuss what is the topic, graph. Understood? So in the graphs there are three variables. First one is extent of adsorption, okay, second one is pressure, and third one is temperature. Okay, so these are the three variables we have to use to construct a graph. Just like in the states of matter, we know that when you have the two variable, more than two variable, one variable is kept constant. Okay, so like this here also there will be three types of graph possible. Okay, how many types of graphs possible? Three types of graph possible. First of all, x upon m is mainly extent of adsorption, that I will tell you here. First of all, if we are drawing the graph between x upon m versus p, then that time temperature is constant. Okay, so therefore they are called as a adsorption isotherms. What it is called as? Adsorption isotherms. Okay, adsorption isotherms. So in the adsorption isotherm, temperature is constant. Okay, so this will be x upon m versus pressure. Okay, this will be taken on x-axis and this will be taken on y-axis. Okay, and during this what will be constant? T is constant. What is constant? T is constant. I am giving you just a overlook. Okay, so here what is constant? T is constant. Okay, why it is constant? The name itself, adsorption isotherm. Then what is the other possibility? There can be graph between x upon m and t. Okay, so then that time pressure is called constant. Therefore it is called as the graphs are called as a adsorption isobar. Iso means constant, bar means pressure. Okay, so this pressure is going to be constant when x upon m versus temperature. Okay, and here it will be pressure is constant during this graph. Two types of graph, is it understood? Now let's see about the third graph. Third graph will be pressure and temperature. Okay, this is called as a adsorption isoster. Adsorption isoster is the graph it is called as. Okay, so it will be versus what is left over, pressure and temperature. Okay, x upon m, pressure versus temperature. Okay, so here x upon m is constant. So this is the graph we are going to study in detail. So before going through the in detail, just I want an overlook of the topic we are going to study. If there are fields that already we know this, then you can skip this video. Otherwise continue till the last and note down every point. There are a lot of numericals on this formula based and derivation. Okay, so this graph, out of these three, this is most important. Okay, note down this. Okay, noted. First let us start about the adsorption isotherms. Okay, so as I told you, x upon m is a details required because of that only people are not able to score good marks. Okay, so first what I told you, adsorption isotherms. Okay, adsorption isotherms. Now here I will take on x-axis x upon m. Okay, here it is the quantity of adsorbent. What is this? This is about the adsorbent on which adsorption is taking place. Okay, this is about the quantity of adsorbate. Okay, this is regarding the adsorbate This is regarding the adsorbent. Okay, and here we are going to take the pressure as a constant on the x-axis variable. Okay, now the main problem with this graph is this graph is going to be linear for some time, then curved, then constant. Okay, all the three variations are possible: constant, slowly increasing, and fast increasing. Okay, so this is the graph between x upon m and p. Understood? So to combine all of them, what we will take, x upon m directly proportional to p to the power of 1 upon n. Okay, p to the power of what? 1 upon n. Okay, so here it is directly proportional and it is maintaining 45 degree. Okay, so that time this has to be 1. Okay, so here x upon m up to here, whenever it is maintaining linearity, x upon m is equal to remove the proportionality, there will be k, p to the power of 1 by 1. Okay, so that time it will be y is equal to mx, y is equal to mx. Okay, linear. Now but after that this is not changing. Okay, this is not linearly changing, but it is constant here. So here x upon m is equal to constant. So for that, if I have to write p to the power of 0, okay, so p to the power of 0, that means n value has to be what? Infinity. N value has to be infinity. P to the power of 1 upon n. Okay, n value has to be infinity. Between these, n value will be 1 to infinity. What will be the value? N value will be between 1 to infinity. Okay, so formula, general formula will be same: x upon m is equal to k into p to the power of 1 upon n. Okay, so this is the formula based graph. Note down this. Okay, this is the adsorption isotherm, and as it is constructed by the Freundlich, Freundlich. Okay, LICH, Freundlich adsorption isotherm. Freundlich adsorption isotherm. Understood? So this is where applicable for the pressure also. Same way, in this place we can take x upon m into k into c to the power of 1 upon n. Okay, k into c to the power of what? 1 upon n. Understood? If the adsorption takes place from the solution, that time it is concentration, and this is called as a saturation pressure, from where it is kept constant. Okay, saturation pressure. Okay, so note down this: if it is from the solution, pressure is replaced with the concentration, and the pressure and concentration, after which it becomes independent. You apply any amount of pressure. Okay, so according to this, when you keep on increases, there will be first fast increase x upon m, then there will be slow increase, then there won't be any increase. See, I will tell you with the mechanism also. Let us this as a taken as a adsorbent. Okay, x, and on this the gas is available here. Okay, so if I apply more pressure onto this, then the initially complete place is empty, so the fast increase will be there. After that, what happens? It have to see and then just occupy. That's why for checking the place availability, there will be time taking. That's why x upon m will not be that much fast. But after once all area is covered, then it will become independent. You apply any amount of pressure, there is no place on the adsorbent. Therefore, this is called as a saturation pressure. Okay, is it clear? Saturation pressure and x upon m, why it is like this. Okay, now this is Freundlich adsorption isotherm. Okay, now one more adsorption isotherm also there, that is called as a Langmuir adsorption isotherm. Another is called as a Langmuir, Lang. Okay, Langmuir, Langmuir adsorption isotherm. Okay, second one is Langmuir adsorption isotherm. So for that the different formula, x upon m is equal to AP plus 1 plus BP. AP plus 1 plus BP, where A and B are constants. Okay, A and B are what? Constants. Depends on, there are the question on this, depends on first one is nature of adsorbent, depends on what? Nature of adsorbent. Then second is nature of adsorbate. A and B depends on these three factors, and temperature. Okay, temperature. So this is called as the graph and the formula. This is applicable for what? Langmuir adsorption isotherm. Langmuir adsorption isotherm, and P is called as a equilibrium pressure. P is called as equilibrium pressure. P is a equilibrium pressure. Okay. So note down these values. Equilibrium pressure. Langmuir adsorption isotherm, x upon m, A by. Okay. So these are the two graphs related to, and there I have one more graph in the Freundlich adsorption isotherm only, but the question was asked different. Okay. So actually speaking, temperature should not change. Here pressure, here x upon m. So for at one temperature T1, this was the graph. Okay. Another temperature T2, this was the graph. Another temperature T3. Okay. So this is adsorption isotherm, this is adsorption isotherm, this is adsorption isotherm. Okay. Question was related to what is the relation